Good morning, everybody. Welcome or welcome back. It is a very rainy Easter Sunday. I'm getting ready to head over to my mom's for the church service they do over there with the memory care patients. I have some goodies to share with the caregivers. I made some sugar cookies and some deviled eggs. I'll show you those in just a minute. I have a cute Easter dress on, but I have a jacket over it because it's cold and not cold, but cool and rainy. So yeah, we have a beautiful day ahead of us. Scott is actually in Tokyo, Japan. All of my sons are working. So it's me and mom and the memory care residents, and I don't care about that at all. It's going to be a beautiful morning. Let me head over and take all the goodies over to my friends at memory care. We'll check back here in a minute. I'm really glad you're along for the journey. If you've been watching my videos for a while and you haven't subscribed yet, would you go ahead and do it now? Just takes a second. Totally free. And a little over half of you are not subscribed. And I know you watch and I know you want to be part of the community. And that's a really great way to be more informed when a video comes out. And I would just really love to have you here. So, all right, next thing. Okay, the sound might be a little iffy. I am not going to use my microphone this week. I don't know. I don't like when it's in and out of the microphone. So there you go. Let me show you the cookies and the deviled eggs that I'm taking over. I made a few deviled eggs for my mom, and also one of her caregivers told me she loves deviled eggs and she has to work today. So I made a few for her. And then I also made some iced sugar cookies. Using that same sugar cookie recipe that I've used multiple times, we have some butterflies, some little bunnies, and then I just used royal icing, and I'm really happy with the way those turned out. So let's head over to memory care. I'm so glad I took the time to make the bed so that this could happen. Sadie Marie. What are you doing, turkey dog? Yeah, oh well, we can always have a made bed, but we can't always have a beautiful Sadie Marie. Isn't she the most beautiful dog you've ever seen? Love her. Good morning. Welcome to Monday. It was a really hard Easter for me, and I'm determined this week to focus on the positive and the joyful. It wasn't hard because anything bad happened. It was just with grieving over mom, and I spent a good part of the morning with her, and it's just always a challenge. Those of you that are new, hey, I'm Jen. My husband Scott is a pilot. We have 3 grown sons. I am a full-time YouTube creator, so this is actually my job. And my mom is in the late stages of Alzheimer's and vascular dementia. And that's what you need to know about our lives. It's different every day. Who knows what this week is going to bring, but we're going to give it our best shot. We're going to try to find joy in the things that we can. And first up is a very boring errand that I'm going to take you with me on, but I have to show you why I have to run the errand first. And that is not boring. It is destructive, it is stressful, but it is not boring. So hold on. Okay. So those of you that watch a lot of my weekly vlogs, this looks like Sadie got into the trash. Lovely. You're like, hey, girl, hey, what happened to your beautiful guest room? Yeah, well, let's go in here, shall we? Dun, dun, dun. What? All right. This requires the tiniest bit of explanation. Let me show you in here first. So you can really get a picture of the terror. Okay, so here's what happened. Scott is on call a lot right now because he just changed to a new aircraft. He's actually in Tokyo, Japan right this second, but he's been on call a lot, which means that he has to be ready to take a trip, but he also has a lot of time just sitting around. And he decided he wanted to retile the bathroom. Well, you know how those things go. It's never exactly as easy as you think it's going to be. I'm going to set you guys down in the window. So the first thing that happened was he went to, that fan needs to be replaced. Ugh, what in the 1990s? whatever. We're just going to leave it as a testimony to you can't have everything fixed all at the same time. I mean, you can try, but you'd A, go broke, and B, be very stressed out. All right, so there was carpet in that bathroom. Like in all of our bathrooms, we're slowly getting rid of all the carpet. And we couldn't really move forward with replacing any of the flooring until we addressed that, because what are you going to do? Replace the carpet in a bathroom? No, you're not. So we knew we needed to address that. My vote was we call in a professional. Scott was like, I really think I can do it myself. He did all the demo, and we have ordered mirrors, faucets, new towel racks, all of that. That is ready for me to pick up at Lowe's, and that's what we're going to go do right now. The problem was when we got into pulling up the tile where the toilet was, there was, surprise to no one, some wood rot and some damage. We've had the termite guy come out. There's no termite damage, praise the Lord. But that is beyond our pay grade. We are beyond our depth, as they say. So we've called Alex, our wonderful contractor, Alex Sessions. I will list his contact information below if you are in the Atlanta area. And he is going to graciously come out and help us with this project. And he's going to go ahead and do the tile. We're using the same tile we used in our primary bathroom. To be fair, it's a tiny job. Alex doesn't normally do tiny jobs, but because it's us, he's willing to come and rescue us in our time of need. Once the tile is done, we will do all the rest ourselves. We're going to have, well, sort of, we're ordering a new top for that vanity and new faucet. Scott will install 2 new mirrors. I'll show you all of that once I pick it up. I might not take it out of the box, but I'll show you pictures. I might insert pictures right here of what I've ordered for in there. It's a pretty basic Jack and Jill bathroom. And it's just one of those things that we've needed to update for a long time. That bathroom has never been updated other than paint. Although we did find some wallpaper, which was interesting. So yeah, you know, because why not start a renovation project in the middle of everything else that's going on? It makes sense if you don't think about it. Scott's taken most of it out, but you can see the baby little remnants of a cute little kid wallpaper. This is your, I'm gonna go to 0.5 so you can see better. This is your basic builder grade Jack and Jill bath. That is the room where I always film my packing videos. Then this is the Jack and Jill bath. And then this was my son William's room, which is now also used as / guest room. Oh, by the way, if you're curious where I put that other bookshelf, there it is. It was styled, but now it has remnants from the bathroom in here. So, yeah, I mean, it's not horrible. The doors are going back on. Thankfully, there was no water damage or any issues with this vanity. We are going to replace the top with one that is thicker, so it will raise the height slightly. But since anyone who buys this house, this is most likely going to be a bathroom for kids, we decided not to replace the vanity, even though it's a little low by today's standards, by about 2 inches. That was just a cost savings and all the other things. So yeah, tiny project turned into bigger project, which is always the way it goes. And this will be that same gray and white tile that is in our primary bathroom. And I'll link above the video about our primary bathroom if you're interested in that. The good news is once this bathroom is finished, all the bathrooms in the house have been renovated and are like up to modern standards. We know there's no hiding water damage or no issues like that. We're not selling our house. We're probably going to be in this house for the long term. I don't even know what that means. To be honest, at this point in my personal life, in the world, we're just taking it a day at a time. It wasn't our contractor, but somebody in the process of the bathroom remodel was like, is this your forever house? I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, if I've learned anything in my almost 56 years on the planet, it's that I cannot tell you what's going to happen next week, let alone if this is my forever house. I will say we plan on being here for a while. It's almost paid for. So I need one of those stickers that says, like you put on an old car, don't laugh, it's paid for. We love this house. It works for us. The lot is beautiful. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at right now out of this bedroom. And we have no intention of selling it. Having said that, it was built in 95. You do have to do maintenance on a home to maintain its value. And we've always been very fastidious about that. We were raised that way. A house is a big investment, so you've got to take care of it. So yeah, this is just part of that thing that you got to do. So this view is not great. Cabinet doors and doors to bathrooms. But this view is gorgeous. It is really starting to green up the yard. Pretty soon you will not be able to see any houses back there. And that is, oh, I love our yard when it's that way. It's so, so beautiful. This was my son William's room, and I always said he had the best view in the house, and he really, really does. So pretty out there. I hope you had a beautiful Easter weekend, whether you celebrate Easter or whether you celebrated Passover. I hope it was a good one. I came upstairs to do some work. Yes, there is a clothing rack here because I am working on a sponsored video that will come out next week that I'm super excited about. But the little boys next door are leaving for Universal. We've been talking about it for weeks, and I just saw the oldest, who I think he's 8 now, maybe 9, running circles around the cul-de-sac while mom and dad are loading up the car. And who remembers that energy? Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. They are our friends and we adore them, and I'm super excited for them. What great energy, like loading up the car with little kids for a really fun spring break trip. They've never been to Universal. They're super excited. So yeah, it's really fun. I needed that today. I needed that like boost of little kids going to Florida for a week for vacation energy this morning. I will also say the sponsored video that I'm working on is the biggest brand deal I've done to date. And I'm super proud of myself. I'm super excited about bringing the brand to you guys. And also, it's going to be a lot of work. Also, if you watched my vlog, these don't go together. I just put a frame art thing on there. This setup is working so great. I am so happy with it. And yes, I am still loving this desk. Lenny, they're just going on a trip. It's okay. They're just excited about their trip. Sadie's like, dude, chill out. I have not shown Scooby yet this vlog, and I apologize. There's the baby. Now you've seen all 3 dogs. Hooray. While I'm just finishing up my breakfast, protein shake and toast, I'm watching my favorite, the Holgate family. If you are not watching them, you should. Stephen and I have chatted multiple times in the DMs, and we adore each other. And I feel like if we met in real life, we would be besties. Anyway, love them. You should watch them. I will link them below. So yeah, I really need to get out of the house. The house is totally quiet. I think I said Scott's in Tokyo. He gets back tonight. He was supposed to get back last night, but they canceled his flight, and he doesn't actually know why. So if you were supposed to come home from Tokyo yesterday and you didn't, sorry. He literally has no idea, but his flight will be coming home tonight. So I miss him. When he's on call like he's been lately, I get really used to him being around. And then he's gone a ton this month. He actually has a line, and I think I kind of got into this a little bit. Ooh, the light is way better that way. So every time a pilot upgrades to a new aircraft or changes to a new aircraft, if it's an upgrade, their seniority determines their schedule. So because he's super low in seniority on this particular plane, even though he's been with Delta Airlines 25 years, his schedule's not great, and so he's on call a lot. But for April, he does have a line, and he's flying a ton, and my heart is not doing so great with it because, yes, even after 36 years of marriage, I really adore the man. And when he's gone a lot, I get used to it, and I get into my rhythms and all the things, but he's been home so much, that is kind of a challenge. But getting out of the house will be really good for me, so I need to go to Lowe's. Hey, I'm in the car. So proud of myself for leaving the house. Dogs are not happy. They're looking at me out the window, but I actually had to put a jacket on. Can you believe? We've had Easter, people. Why am I putting a jacket on? It's like 50 degrees. I'm just kind of being a baby about it, but yeah, let's go do our errand. Let's be brave. So I made it to Lowe's, and I opted to do curbside pickup, which, is so convenient. So now I just sit and wait for them to bring it, and I don't even have to get out of my car. I didn't need to wear my jacket after all. I am really, cute dog, really fighting today. to hold on to some sense of not freaking out. Yeah. So this is how we're coping. We're moving through the to-do list with dogged determination. And the next thing on the list was this. So this is what we're doing. I don't know when you're watching this video, but I have a weird feeling that all hell is going to break loose this week. I don't know why I have that feeling. We'll see if that stays accurate, but I know that my part is to keep my wits about me. And when I say all hell is going to break loose, does that mean country, my own life? I don't know. I just have that feeling. And taking care of business and working through my to-do list, it's what I have. Okay, everything has been picked up from Lowe's. Don't worry, that is the address of the Lowe's, not my home address. The only thing that is on back order are the lights. So I need to open this and make sure everything is in there. I need to open the mirrors and make sure that they are in one piece. And I also need to like hold them up and make sure that size-wise, they're gonna work. Okay, let's open this one up first. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let me show you guys. It is in one piece, and it has a film that you're not supposed to take off until after installation. But, whoops, what did I drop? The scissors. So this is the mirror. Let me see if I can show it to you, like the full thing. Scoop that out of the shot. This is the mirror, and there will be 2 of those. And it all matches, it's all chrome, and then the color of the bathroom will be agreeable gray. I have a good vision for it. We will bring in some color with like accessories and a few things, but it's gonna be basically white and chrome. But for a kid's bathroom, I think you can all say amen. We want clean lines, easy to clean, nothing fancy schmancy. And the lights are really cool, the lights that are on back order, I promise. So I'll show you more on this project in weekly vlogs as time goes by. I need to open the other mirror, but assuming the other mirror isn't cracked, we're in good shape. Good morning, it is Tuesday, and I wanted to show you guys how absolutely beautiful the yard is. It already, like since I filmed footage yesterday up in Will's room, which is up there somewhere, you can't see it, it's on the other side. Overnight, it has greened up even more, so hold on. Look at that. Oh my gosh. What once was just dead twigs is absolutely glorious. I love it so much. I don't really know how today is going to transpire, so I'm kind of taking things slow. Scott got home yesterday. He's recovering. Flying all the way to Japan and back in 3 days' time is a challenge for the body. They don't talk about that a lot with pilots. It's obviously mentally very challenging, but also when you fly like he does, he has a trip on Wednesday to Incheon, South Korea. So he doesn't have a lot of recovery time between those 2 trips. So I'm trying to let him get as much rest as he can this morning, which is actually fine because it means that I'm being lazy and just sort of enjoying the beautiful day. I'm going to go grab the book that I want to start reading and show it to you guys. I think I might have talked about it in my other weekly vlog. It's nonfiction, and I really want to kind of dive into it today. I also have later today in a consultation with a hospice company because that is the next right step for mom, and we are in the midst of interviewing different companies. Again, with the learning curve with all of this, I did not even realize that there were multiple options for hospice companies, or how this worked, or the criteria, or why do you go on hospice? And no, it does not mean that you think they're going to die imminently, but that oftentimes it is the best call. We're still navigating all that. Her primary care physician has recommended it, and now we're trying to find the right fit for companies for her. But there's a lot to it, and Yeah, the things that I didn't really want to be an expert on, but I'm becoming an expert on, and hopefully I will never have to use these particular skills again. But I promised you guys from the beginning of Mom's dementia journey that I would bring you along in terms of not exploiting her and her story in any way, but sharing what I felt like would be helpful. And I know a lot of you have had loved ones walk this road, be on hospice. I was just watching the Holderness family's new podcast. I forget what it's called. I'll link it up here. But he was talking about his mom's journey with Alzheimer's, and that her Alzheimer's is hereditary, and things he's doing to prevent Alzheimer's. And I was so tracking with all of that, because when you walk this with a loved one, you want to do anything and everything you can to avoid that. So I'm kind of walking both of those paths, but really my priority right now is her, and making sure she is happy, pain-free, at peace, and as comfortable as we can make her for however long we have left with her. So, and don't worry, I've shed a lot of tears. I don't, obviously, this grief is very different than any grief I've ever experienced. There's actually a word for it. I think it's called referred grief, where it's to do with a long-term illness like dementia, where your loved one is just sort of you're just slowly losing them, and watching that process is kind of excruciating. So yeah, if you know, you know. Good morning from me and Lenny. We are at the vet for him to get his nails trimmed. He has, I don't know how he and Sadie, same litter, brother and sister, how Sadie's nails don't grow as quickly as his does. He needs to have his nails trimmed like every 4 weeks. It's crazy. I won't do it myself because he's a big dog, and I have nicked my dogs trimming their nails more than once, and it ends up looking like a crime scene. And so I allow professionals to do it. We'll see how today goes. If you will hearken back to earlier in the week when I said I felt like all hell was going to break loose, it kind of did. If you're here in the US, we had a wild day yesterday of our president threatening to destroy a civilization. There's now a ceasefire. We were all a little tense yesterday. I was a little tense personally because of stuff with Mom. I was very tense globally. I was scared for the Iranian people. I was scared for our own democracy. It was a very dramatic day. Some would say a melodramatic day. Some would say a dramatic day that did not have to happen. So we're all a little frustrated. I think we're all a little tender today. We are grateful that the worst didn't happen. But I wonder in future years, I don't think anyone will ever look back at these weekly vlogs that I ramble on about. But this, I feel in my gut, this is going to be one of those things that's going to go down in history. When you're watching this, go and look up what happened on April the 7th, 2026. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, God love ya. I love that for you. Let's go get Lenny's nails done. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is so much later. I have just spent the last 6 hours working on an upcoming brand deal. So apologies. I kind of let the weekly vlog get away from me. Trust me, the dogs are frustrated with me too, because they've been wanting me to take them for a WALK for quite some time, and it hasn't happened yet. There are a couple of updates about Mom and the whole hospice situation. I'll fill you in on that tomorrow. Chaos continues to ensue in our world and with our government. There was a ceasefire. There wasn't a ceasefire. I'm only saying this because I feel like these events, someday we're going to look back on these events. Maybe not. Maybe this will be a blip. Dear Lord, I hope it's a blip. Because you just never really know. But I'm going to go do this, and then I will either check back with you later today, or it might even be tomorrow, because things are kind of getting away from us. The sun's starting to go down, and I don't know where today went. Well, I do. I got behind on work because of stuff with Mom, and today I had to play catch up, and I neglected you. So apologies. Okay, so it is 2 days later. It's now Friday. Yesterday, I hit the proverbial wall, as they do. I'm just working on my thumbnail for a video that has already gone up by the time you see this. I don't know what my hair is doing. So yeah, a lot has happened since I was on here last. We started the process, as I mentioned, to put mom on hospice, and she doesn't quite qualify yet, which is such a strange situation. Let me tell you, I'm only laughing because of the absurdity of it. We want her on hospice because that is the appropriate level of care. In coordination with her doctor, we have decided that is the appropriate level of care for her, but there are certain criteria she has to meet in order to be approved for hospice. And the doctors that come in have not seen mom this whole time. They only have what they see in front of them right now. They don't know, as I do, and as her physician does, how quickly mom has been declining. So basically I was told, and we went through 2 different companies. Her doctor wants me to try yet a third. And I was like, I'm tired, Grandpa. I cannot do that. And she said, give it a few days and consider trying with this other company. Things I did not know. A, hospice is kind of big business. B, there are multiple hospice companies. Like when the first one told us no, I thought that just meant we were out of luck. 3, when I tell you what a weird reality it is to hope that your mom qualifies for hospice, I can't even tell you the emotional roller coaster I have been on over the last few days. And I feel like all these clinicians are focused on all this criteria. And in the meanwhile, I'm just like feeling all this weird mixture of guilt and pain and sorrow, and like the reason you want her on hospice is because that's the appropriate level of care. But it isn't like I'm wishing for that to be the case, but that is where we are. So as the daughter, as the POA, you sort of have to develop this like strange disconnection from the grief that you're feeling and the thing that needs to be done, because you know that is the best care for your mom. So you fight like hell to keep your wits about you, because people are asking you questions and they need records and they need this, that, and the other thing. It has been a trip. So that happened. Also, I had some trouble with the video that has already gone up as you're watching this. The brand I worked with was absolutely fabulous, but YouTube added some new features that we couldn't quite figure out, and the brand rep was helping me, and it was a whole thing. The stress, I have not had this much stress. The stress I've had over the last couple of days has been more than I used to have when I worked a regular full-time job. So anyway, yesterday I basically just took the day to sort of read and recenter myself. There was more drama in the afternoon, and that brings us to where we are now. So apologies, but it's been a trip. I kind of picture this thing. I try to explain it to Scott. It's really helped me, and this might help you, which is why I'm sharing it. In the past, I viewed myself as like in the center and all these concentric circles around me, right? Well, concentric and circle, maybe that's redundant. Anyway, all these circles around me that represent the different areas of my life, my personal life, my immediate family, my extended family, my work, the world, just like all of these things. And what I have allowed to happen in the past is all these things to kind of crush in on me, like just to come in like I'm a little tin can that gets crushed. What I'm trying to do instead is be above all those circles and bounce in between the different layers of chaos as it best benefits me, my situation, what I have to offer. So I cannot possibly be concerned and stressed about the war in Iran at the same time that I'm having a conversation with a nurse practitioner about whether or not mom qualifies for hospice. It will take me out. So this compartmentalization and sort of hopping around in the different areas, and then sometimes doing what I did yesterday for a few hours, pulling myself out of the thing altogether and viewing it all from the outside looking in as though I'm just an observer, and allowing everything to happen with me not involved with it at all. And that's what I needed to do yesterday. I read, ironically or not ironically, I'm reading a book about resilience. It's excellent. I will link it below for you. I went for a walk. We have a new bridge that was built in our neighborhood. There's this stretch of road that we have been on many a treacherous walks, because when traffic's busy there, people go way too fast. And when you get to that point of the walk, you'd have to kind of play chicken with the oncoming cars, ill-advised. So the city knew this was a problem as well. So they've built a beautiful new bridge, and I had yet to walk on it. So I got to walk on the new bridge. I sort of just took myself out of all of it. I was like, girlfriend needs a break. And I'm so glad that I did. And it was so good. In the meantime, I'm headed back over to Mom's. I have bought her a new walker that I've put together. She was fiddling with her old walker, took it apart, took apart a piece that was actually really important to the function of the walker, and it's gone missing, and her new one came. So I'm gonna take that over to her, and yeah, we'll see what happens next. I'm proud of the way I have behaved this week. There has been a lot. There's been a lot globally, a lot personally, all of the things. And I'm just trying to do the next right thing. And I'm okay. It was a rough week, but I'm okay. Is my husband here? No, my husband is right now, as I'm filming this, in Incheon, South Korea. But he will be home tomorrow. And it's always better when he's home. He just is a great sounding board for me, and I'm so grateful. But yeah, on to the next thing. All right, I haven't left for Mom's yet. I came out here to sit in my anti-gravity chair, which Scott always laughs when I call it that, but it's this chair that I bought online 6 years ago. And let me show you. Let's see if I can capture the beauty of this chair. Whoops, I ran into the table. Well, that was dramatic. It did go back all the way though. So it's just like a camping chair. Look at all this. This is from today. Can you believe? That's Georgia trees. But let me show you what I'm looking at. So this is why I love to do this. You know, in Japan, you pay money for forest bathing, where you go into these wooded areas and you look up at the forest. And I can do this right here and listen to my birds and all the things. Okay, so I literally just decided that this is going to be my last clip of this weekly vlog, because truly, as I was filming, and then I went to put it in the vlog, and because I like to do the edits on these weekly vlogs as I go. It makes everything so much easier. But I'm looking at my own face as I'm going through the vlog. Now, hear me. Sometimes y'all will say, oh, I looked really happy, or I looked really well rested, or whatever. And it's not always right. Sometimes my face, I will look away and it doesn't match up. But I am feeling the stress of this week, like in my physical body. And so tomorrow we are not going to film. I'm going to finish editing this tonight before I go to bed. And tomorrow we are taking a true day off. I have been trying to do a full day off for a while, and it is escaping me. So we are going to do that tomorrow. But first I am going to take Mom over her walker. Maybe I'll stop by the grocery store, buy myself some fun little comfort food, maybe some bagels. That's the other thing I will say. Any and all, like, I have not had time to eat properly, and I can feel that. In fact, I have put Scott in charge of that when he's home, because he will be like, let's go over what you ate, because I tend to get very preoccupied when I'm doing a million things and I forget to eat. I've been this way since I was a little kid. And then what happens is you're starving. This is me. I shouldn't say you. This is what happens to me. And you end up eating very unhealthy food that doesn't make you feel good. It doesn't fuel you. So I think I might stop by the grocery store and prepare myself for my day off tomorrow. Get groceries in the house that I will enjoy eating, that are healthy for me to eat, that will fuel whatever happens next week, whatever craziness might come about in our world. I want to say to you, your life might be crazy like mine. Demands coming in from every side, right? Practical demands, philosophical demands, existential dread demands. And you are not alone. We are in this. I'm going to say this without my sunnies, even though there's a glare. We are in this together. When we lean into our friendships, our people online that we trust, those moments where we can remember that it feels crazy because it is crazy, but we can hang in there and we can lean on each other in the moments when we're just not sure we have the strength to make it through. So if that's you, if you're feeling like you might not have the strength to make it through right now, I want to just tell you that you matter, that you are worthy of love and belonging, and that I'm so grateful that you were here today. So whatever you're doing today, I hope you're finding joy. As always, my patrons, y'all are just what would I do without my patrons? So much more than I could have ever expected when I started Patreon. But please join us over there if you want. And yeah, just so grateful for this community that we've built here. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.